Hello everyone, welcome to this online class. In this video we shall learn about migration. We'll be learning about migration. So let us understand what is the meaning of the term migration. In simple term, we can say that movement of people from one place to another place is known as migrations, or movement of people from their home to other cities. Movement to people from home to other cities is termed as migration. Migration is a way to move from one place to another to live and work in better surroundings. That means why the people prefer to move out of the place. They prefer to move from one place to another place to have the better living standard, or all the facilities are available there. That's why people want to move from one place to another place. It is influenced by the social, cultural, economic and political factors, and it may be because of the social factor that society is not that much mutual understanding is not there, as well as the cultures are not that much matching, or there are some disturbance within the society which forces the people to move out of the places. People who move from one place to another in search of work or shelter are called migrants, or more efficiently emigrants, or immigrants or settlers, depending on historical settling, circumstance and perspective. So the people who move out of place, there are different names that is called migrants, then again emigrants, or it is also known as settlers, or that is known as immigrants. Immigrants also they are termed as. So the action is to move from one place to another place, but according to the different conditions, the terms are differently used. Like we have studied about the population dynamics. So there emigrants and immigrants, emigrations and immigrations are defined there. That means both way the movement of the people are there, but immigration and immigrations is best different. Immigration means you are going to another country or place where you are settling down. Immigration means people are coming from other country to your country and they are settling down. That is the difference of that. But the action is same. They are moving from one place to another place. You can see human migrations initiated for whatever reason has affected the grand epochs in history. So when you look back the historical data that people have moved from one place to another place in search of various reasons, maybe because of the medical facilities, or because of maybe the better education, or there are some other reason behind this which has compelled the people to move out of the place, changing forever the demographic landscape of lands throughout the world, bringing on some occasions innovations and mutual benefits, and on other time destruction and suffering. So because of the war and political disturbance, people may move out of the place, or suffering maybe because of the natural calamities, people are preferring to move better places. For example, there is one example given of migration, that during the industrial revolution, that means when the industries were set up, the minerals were discovered mainly by the Europeans. They started discovering different continents, and many of the countries they ruled for more than hundreds of years. So what happened regarding those? One example is that people started moving from one place to another place for doing labor. That is between 1846 and 1940, mass migration occurred worldwide. That is between 1846 to 1940, that is maybe mainly in the 17th, 18th and 19th century. Some 55 million of migrants moved from Europe to America, and an additional 2.5 million moved from Asia to America. So from Europe to America for labor, or America was having the abundance of mineral resources. So people moved from Europe to America for work, and then in Asia and America as well. From Asia people were moving to America, Latin America, South America and North America people were moving. Transitional labor migrations reached a peak of 3 million migrants per year in the early 20th century. So the change of labor migration. So now also we prefer to move abroad, because when we compare our country with the facilities that is provided in other countries are far better in terms of job, in terms of lifestyle, in terms of salary package, all are found different. That's why people preferably move out of the country. So per year in 20th century, nearly 3 million people were having migration from one place to another place. These large migration flows influenced the process of nation state formation in many ways. Now, because of these migrations, people were having freedom to move from one place to another place. There was no boundation. That means the countries were not having their own territories. So there was no passport to move here and there. So they were just moving out of the places. So after these, how to control the people from migration? Then the formation of nation was formed, state were formed. That's how now when we move towards the out of the country, so it is difficult to get the entry visa for other countries. The 20th century also experienced an increase in migratory flows caused by war, politics. During the 20th century, you could see World War I and World War II. The European countries and whole world, the nations were fighting each other. So because of these clash, war and politics, people started moving from one place to another place for a better place where they could have no war, no politics. So the large number of refugees fleeing their homelands, about 4 lakh Jews moved to Palestine in 20th century. You could see one example is given, about 4 lakh Jews moved to Palestine in 20th century. The Russian Civil War caused some 3 million Russians, Poles and Germans to migrate out of Soviet Union during World War II and World War I, when US was superpower. So Russia was planning to make another superpower, super nations, to have war against USA. So because of this clash, a lot of people were dying. There was civil war within the nations, within the countries, and the common people started migrating out of the Soviet Union, that means from Europe. World War II and decolonizations also caused migrations. Now, after the destruction of World War II, mainly the people who died, who became martyred. So after that, nobody wanted to have the war. The colonies were destructed. They wanted to have peace of lifestyle, and that's why the people started to migrate from one place to another place. So these are the few introduction of the meaning of migration. First of all, you should learn what is the meaning of migration, and then one example is given about in 20th century why the people started moving from one place to another place. So now let us understand the causes of migration. What is the reason behind this? Why people move from one place to another place? So what causes to move from one place to another place? First of all, nowadays many people decide to migrate to have better living style or better life. We all prefer to have comfortable life where everything will be good, facilities will be good. No one wants to suffer. So that's why people move out of the place if the things are not well in the surroundings. So employment opportunities are the most common reason due to which people migrate. If the better job facilities are available in the cities, obviously people move from one place to another place. Except this lack of opportunities, better education, construction of dams, globalization, natural disaster, that is flood and drought, or sometimes crop failure force villagers to migrate to cities. So if the people who are rich may be opting for the luxurious and better living, but the people who are from village, if the natural calamities take place or the crops do not grow, they are forced to move to the cities. So in one way or other, people are making movement from one place to another place. Migration shows the trends of social changes. Obviously, when the people move from one place to another place, you learn something new. That means in your own society, what all the background is there, and if you prefer to work or you prefer to study in the city areas, that background will be adopted, and slowly there will be social change that takes place. From the historical viewpoint, during the process of industrialization and economic development, people migrate from farm to industries, from villages to cities, from one city to another, and from one country to another. So what way maybe the movement is there from village to cities, or from one city to another city, or from one country to another city? All are termed as migrations. In modern times, technological changes are taking places in Asia, Africa, Latin America, USA, due to which these regions are witnessing large scale migration from rural to urban areas. Now, with the advanced technology, all the countries, all the nations are having competition of development. So there are facilities provided, a good transportation system, good education, good political stability. So people look for or search for all things in better way. That means the facilities that is provided by the government should be in top class. That's why people prefer to move from one place to another place. Now in India, we could see many of the people are migrating to Canada, USA, Australia, New Zealand. Is because of the better facilities and better package they get. The lifestyle changes. That's why people move from one country to another country. The causes of migration can be seen as series of push and pull factors. Those factors which either forcefully push someone into migration or attract them. So there is two terms that can be used: push factor and pull factor. The two terms is used basically. Push factors in the sense, in simple term, the place where people are living is not at all good for all the facilities. Not even the job facilities are there. Or you are doing job, then salary is very less. Or the schools, colleges are not up to the standard. People start moving to other places. Or maybe the political disturbance is there, or maybe some clash between the society is there. So nothing is good. That's why people are forcefully moving out of the place. And in terms of pull factors, that means here not good. The facilities are not good, but here everything is good. Everything is good. That means everything is good here. The pull factors, because of the better facilities, it attracts people and settle them. That is pull factor. So that is how it is categorized. Push factor means nothing is good, you are forcefully moving out of the place. Pull factor means everything is good, that people are coming and settling there. So let's see how and in what way the push factors and pull factors are categorized. A push factor is a forceful factor and a factor which relates to a country the person is migrating from. It is generally a problem which results in people wanting to leave the place. Different types of push factors include like poor medical care, the hospitals are not good, the treatment is not up to the top level, then not good enough jobs, not enough jobs are there, then droughts, natural disasters takes place, loss of wealth, crime, murder, or so many theft, robbery take place, then fear of torture, high rate of crime, lacking safety. All these things are the push factors. Then political fear or religious factors. So these are all the points of push factors. That means nothing is satisfactory. That means you are not having the comfortable life. That means you want to leave the place. That is what push factor is defined as. Then pull factors. A pull factor is sometimes concerning the country a person migrates to. Some of the pull factors are as follows: changes of chances of getting a better job. So when we see pull factors, you get better job. Then chances of having better living conditions, all comfort life, comfortable geographical and climatic conditions. In terms of climate also, preferably far better. Then better educational opportunities. You have more options, schools, colleges, the tuition centers, or more educational facilities are there. Better medical care. You have numerous hospitals where you can have good attention of medical care. Then security. There is no theft, no robbery, and no crime takes place. In that way, people prefer to live there, social as well as religious. Better infrastructure of transport and other social benefits. So the roads are good, the surroundings are neat and clean, and other social benefits are there. Their mutual understanding is there. In that way, it is a pull factors. Family links. If the children move towards a city and everything is good, they call their own parents to settle with them, the family links. So in that way, it is making the movement of people. So remember that we studied in this video about the definition of migration and what is the reason behind this people migrate from one place to another place. Example is there about 20th century why people made themselves to move from one place to another place. And then we also studied about the causes of migration. Basically, you should learn about the push factors and pull factors. Thank you so much for watching this video so patiently. Hope you have understood. Any doubt, any queries are there, please do ask in WhatsApp and clarify it. Thank you. I remain.